most controversial federal holiday of all of them, Columbus Day. Here's how you know Columbus Day isn't so hot anymore. There's no Google Doodle for it. There's nothing. They usually have a doodle for the holiday. They had a doodle to celebrate Fairy Bread Day. Today, they're doodleless. Not only is it Columbus Day, it is also Indigenous Peoples Day, which is what it should be, probably, but we have to pick one or the other, right? This is like saying it's Arbor Day and Chainsaw Day. It can't be both. I don't know why Columbus even has a day anymore. I understand why Italian Americans get upset when you say this, because in school, we were all taught that Columbus discovered America, when the truth is, he never stepped foot anywhere even close to North America. Not only that, Leif Erikson set foot on Canada hundreds of years before Columbus was born, and Columbus, who was, by all accounts, a cruel and terrible and self-serving person, wasn't even Italian. There was no Italy back then. It hadn't been formed yet, so why would we defend him? And the guy had one job, to get to India. He missed it by 9,000 miles. But rather than admit he was wrong and not in India, he just started calling everyone Indians, which is so willfully ignorant. If he were alive today, he could probably run the Republican Party. Honest with yourself. Christopher Columbus is basically what would have happened if Donald Trump had been born in the 1400s and his dad gave him a boat, okay? So I say, if you want to celebrate a great man of Italian descent today, make it this guy, Tommy Lasorda. He sailed the Dodger Blue, and he would have made that San Diego chicken into chicken parmesan. The point is, we can do better than Columbus. And, of course, our former president, who's always on the wrong side of everything, disagrees. He weighed in this morning on his discount social media platform. He wrote, "Bring back Columbus Day." Last time I saw him get this worked up was when he posted, "Bring back the McRib." So, you know, here's an idea. How about we bring back Columbus Day, and you bring back those classified documents you stole, okay? There are some new developments in this story. The special master has ordered the Justice Department to return any documents they seize from Mar-a-Lago that are not privileged or government property. That includes the box marked Eric with all the little air holes punched in it. We also learned that the Justice Department believes Trump may still be hiding classified documents, which, this is incredible. According to the New York Times, at one point when the archives were trying to retrieve those boxes he took, you know, they asked him for them first. Trump floated the idea of trading some classified documents for documents related to the investigation of his campaign's ties with Russia. So not only was Trump aware he had documents he shouldn't have had, he wanted to use them as a bargaining chip to get even more documents he wasn't allowed. What a deal maker. This is like if you walk out of the Louvre with a bunch of Picassos and you're like, all right, I tell you what, I'll give them back for a Van Gogh, okay? It's not how it works. And you know what? It's not how it works, and he knows that. He knows he's in trouble, so once again, he's out on the road trying to drum up support from the dummies who still haven't had enough. The Build a Wallapalooza tour made a stop in Mesa, Arizona yesterday. Trump spoke for almost 2 hours, no intermission. His new thing is trying to say other presidents like Bush and Obama did similar things with their documents, and no one did anything about it.
Bill Clinton took millions of documents from the White House to a former car dealership in Arkansas, kept classified recordings in his sock. They say he left the White House with recordings in his sock, and they found them in his sock drawer. And they didn't find...
To stop in Minden, Nevada, where he appeared alongside Adam Laxalt, who's another clown capitalizing on his family's name. Laxalt is running for Senate in Nevada and has been drinking gallons of the orange Kool-Aid along the way.
Let me ask you something. Do we miss the Trump economy right now? Do we miss Trump gas?
Well, Melania doesn't, I'll tell you that. When his pants aren't full of Paul Laxalt's face, Trump has been workshopping some new material at his rallies, including this puzzling assertion.
2 years ago, think of it, 2 years ago, everything was so good in our country, and now...
And now? By the way, remember when we had to ration toilet paper and the parking lots were makeshift morgues? That was 2 years ago, okay? Those were the days. And even funnier, you know what specifically happened 2 years ago this week?
President Trump, a short time ago, flown to Walter Reed Hospital after both he and the First Lady tested positive for the coronavirus.
2 years ago, he was being medevaced to the hospital like a wheezing manatee, like Operation Dumbo Drop, and he's longing for those days. 2 years ago, Sarah Palin, you remember her, was on The Masked Singer. Now she lost a special election to fill a vacant seat in the House up in Alaska, but she's running for the same seat in the next election, even though this election, which she lost in the primary, hasn't happened yet. This is a woman, again, who quit her job as governor 18 months before the term was finished to go make money. That didn't really work out, so she's back running again, and her popularity in the state of Alaska has never been stronger. She headlined a Get Out the Vote rally in Anchorage yesterday, where her opener was a James Brown impersonator, and as you'll see here, the crowd was pretty fired up. And he was never seen again. That was it. The last James Brown impersonator in Alaska is gone. But the Sarah Palin story, it's downright tame compared to what's happening in Georgia. Herschel Walker, you know about this, his Senate campaign, it is now, has been legally recategorized as an episode of the Maury Povich Show. Every day the story gets worse. First, we found out he paid for an abortion. Again, he's a pro-life guy and sent the mother a get well card. Then, after initially denying he knew the woman, we found out he had a child with the woman. And now that woman claims he wanted to abort that child, too. Tomorrow, we're going to learn he used to perform abortions in the Cowboys' locker room after games. Herschel admits he may have sent the woman some money or a card, but says it wasn't for the purpose of getting an abortion. Right, he probably sent her a card for, like, a very aggressive pedicure or some medical procedure like that. And I feel like we need to know more about this, because when the Daily Beast broke this story last Monday, Herschel pushed back in a very strongly worded statement. He wrote, "I plan to sue the Daily Beast for this defamatory lie. It will be filed tomorrow morning." That was a week ago. What happened to the lawsuit, Herschel? Did you abort that too? I mean, if they defamed you, go get him. Meanwhile, it was a very busy weekend for our future president. Kanye West is yazier than ever. He got locked out of his Twitter account yesterday after posting, "I'm a bit sleepy tonight, but when I wake up, I'm going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people," which all caps were a nice touch. He should change his name from Ye to Boo, right? I mean, even Mel Gibson is like, "Reel it in, buddy. You're gonna." He also suggested publicly that his friend Diddy, who's trying to talk some sense into him, is being controlled by Jews. So I guess my Kanye-themed bar mitzvah is off. This came on the heels of Kanye's exclusive sit-down with fellow white supremacist Tucker Carlson, who went above and beyond to try to make his guest appear to be mentally very healthy.
I keep telling this joke. If people say Trump was the first black president...
Okay, no one says that.
I'll be the first Latino president, because all the values, the conservative values just line up. Come on, man, Trump's the What do you mean? He has his own buildings. What are you talking about? He's like, like Ralph Lauren. Yeah. He made Ivanka.
You like Ivanka?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. And all of a sudden, they both got super horny at the same time. But if Ye does like Ivanka, he apparently does not feel similarly about her husband, Jared, and his brother, Josh.
Sitting with Jared and sitting with Josh and finding out other pieces of information, I was like, wow, these guys might have really been holding Trump back. They love to just look at me or look at Trump like we're so crazy and that they're the businessmen. You know where he made these peace treaties? I just think it was to make money. I don't know, is that too heavy-handed to put on this platform?
No, that's your opinion. We're not in the censorship business.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no, we don't. We're in the fear and dictatorship business. All right, enough politics. I have a very important announcement to make. If there are people asleep in your house, wake them up. They're going to be glad. They will thank you for doing it. Last December at SoFi Stadium here in L.A., the world celebrated the first college football bowl game ever named after a human being, the Jimmy Kimmel LA Bowl. It was a major success. Some estimates say there were more than 1,000 fans at this game. And so, based on that, we are going to do it again this year on Saturday, December 17th. Get your tickets for the, look at this, the 2022 Jimmy Kimmel LA Bowl. That's right. Presented by Steeple. Once again at the beautiful SoFi Stadium. Go to this website, labowlgame.com, which also spells labowlgame.com, and bring the kids, if for no other reason, to see the most exciting new mascot in sports. There he is. Everyone's favorite. Look at him. Jimmy Kimmel. Hi, Jimmy Kimmel. Show him what you do, Jimmy Kimmel, will you? That's why the world loves Jimmy Kimmel. Come see him blow up live and in person December 17th.